Show.
Okay, you're up.
Welcome to the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show. This is Chris Robinson. I'll be your host today, coming to you out of our DFW office here in Las Colinas, Texas. And we're going to be talking about real estate, as always, and how we use real estate to go out there and be able to enable folks to basically take control of their lives, be able to buy their lives back from corporate America. A lot of people out there right now are kind of, I guess there's no better term for it than freaked out. People are freaked out right now because of what's going on in the economy, what's going on with just the government in general, things that are happening with businesses, things that are happening with their 401ks, their stocks. A lot of people are to the point where they're starting to realize that things are not as rosy as they thought they were maybe back a couple of years ago. A lot of people were heading towards their retirement years, thinking that they'd be able to go off and basically live the American dream. They'd be able to, in their golden years, go out and travel, see the world, do lots of different things, and now they realize that they're going to have to work for the rest of their lives, and they're not going to be able to go out and do what they thought they might be able to do. Now, in all fairness, probably these people that had this rosy American dream in the first place, even back a couple of years ago, they probably weren't going to be in the financial situation to be able to go out and do these things anyway. A lot of people, I think, are in a bit of denial as to how much money it's really going to take you in your retirement years to be able to live. A lot of people hear that your expenses are going to go down when you get older. You're not going to be working. You won't have to pay for dry cleaning, whatever it might be. Your expenses will go down. But I think when you get into your retirement years, your expenses are going to go up, if anything. And you're not going to have income coming in from a job anymore. You are going to be dependent on your savings, 401ks, your stocks, whatever else you might have out there. And a lot of people don't realize that, even if things go very well in those different avenues, those different types of investments you have or different types of savings, you probably aren't going to have the kind of money to go out and do all the traveling, all the sightseeing, all the kind of stuff that people dream about. You've got to go out there and prepare for your retirement in a way that is going to create some cash flow for you in your golden years, or even if you retire younger. A lot of our members are retiring very, very young, and they're going out there and they're able to travel the world and do all the things they want to do, spend time with their family, maybe go out and do some things they're passionate about, learn a second language, go learn how to play the guitar, learn how to sing, do whatever. And if you don't have that passive income coming in every single month to cover your lifestyle expenses, then you're not going to be able to go out there and be able to do all those different things. Because if you've got money in a 401k or in a savings account and you're counting on living off of that money, you're going to find that it takes a lot more money to live than most people think. Most people think that, okay, I make $50,000, $60,000 a year. I should be able to live off much less than that once I retire. But they don't realize that the money they have sitting in their account, as they pull it out and start using it, it's going to be depleted very, very quickly. So you've got to have some way of refreshing that income, refreshing that money as you go out there and spend it. And obviously the reason, or the thing that we've chosen to go out there and be able to do that, is passive income off of our real estate. And I talk all the time about different ways that we make money in real estate and why we choose real estate over all the other investment vehicles out there. But the main thing really is that it's not that hard to do. A lot of people out there who maybe don't have a degree from college, maybe they don't have any type of certifications in some type of a career and some type of business, maybe they aren't really business minded. Maybe they aren't the kind of people to go out there and build a multi-million-dollar company. But most people can go out there and start investing in real estate and start to make some significant changes in their lives through capturing these streams of income from a rental property. Even if you're somebody who maybe is a little more short-sighted, you go out there and you maybe are just doing flips initially. You start buying properties, fixing them up and selling them. You can actually do pretty well doing that as well. And again, it's not a huge learning curve to be able to go out there and start this. It's not a 4-year degree kind of a thing to learn how to do this. We are teaching people a lot of times in 30 or 60 days how to go out there and how to use the Lifestyles model to be able to buy these properties, go out there and be able to start living a very good income or living a very good lifestyle off their income from their properties. And sometimes people go out there and they do just enough maybe to supplement their income a little bit so that they can have a little bit more breathing room, so that they aren't quite so tight every month on their bills. And you don't have to go out there and become a tycoon and buy up all the real estate in the DFW area, but we do want to teach you how to at least get control of your life back so that you are not stuck with someone in your life who is dictating where your life goes. You know, if you're out there and you're working for somebody else, you're working for an employer, and you're getting all your benefits from them, you have your savings accounts, you have your retirement accounts, everything with them, they are paying you your salary. Well, if they decide all of a sudden that they don't need you anymore, that is going to really impact your life. And you really don't have any control over that. The company may be sold to somebody else. I've had that happen in my life where I was working for a company, and the president of the company decided to kind of semi-retire, basically. And so he sold our company off to another company, and that company did not need any of the employees or any of the managers or any of the technicians or anybody else like that within the company. They basically just wanted to purchase our client list. So effectively everybody in my company was out of a job. And it was just one of those things where it was very sudden. We all were called into a corporate meeting. We were told that they were going to be upgrading the software on all the computers, and we were to bring in our laptops so they could upgrade our laptops as well. Well, by the end of the conversation, of course, he let us all know that we were basically all laid off. And thanks a lot for bringing in your laptops. Please turn them in before you leave. And it was a total shock to everybody in the company because we were doing very well. So none of us ever thought that this company might, be collapsing, or it might be going under, or it might be sold, might be merged, anything like that. There was no talk whatsoever. So a lot of people out there, even though you're in a company right now that may seem like it's doing well, you never know what's going to happen down the road. And so you've got to start preparing yourself. You've got to start going out there and getting some control, at least, back of your life so that you can go out there and dictate what happens to you and your family in the future. Now, there's a couple articles out on our website at lifestylesunlimited.com that are great about talking about how to go out there and start seizing control of your life back. And there's one I want to talk about in particular today that I think is a great article. I love the concept of this article, and it's out there on our website as well. And it's labeled Success Loves Speed. And it's actually by Robert Ringer, and it's linked to another site off of our site. It's an article that we found out there surfing around, and we put a link to it on our website because we really liked it. And it basically talks about the fact that if you're going to go out there and make a change in your life, you've got to do it right away. You've got to do it speedily. You've got to go out there and stop procrastinating. Go out there and get it done, or at least get it started. A lot of people, I think, become overwhelmed because they think that it's such a huge task to go out there and make a life change like this, and so they just never start. But if you go out there and you at least get it started, you do that first part, the rest of it will kind of take care of itself. You just do it one step at a time. It's kind of like that old adage, how do you eat an elephant? It seems like such a huge meal. How are you possibly going to eat that? Well, you eat it one bite at a time. You just got to go in there. You got to get started. You start eating that elephant, and eventually, before you know, you're going to be done with it. The same thing with any kind of a life change. If you're going out there and you're trying to make a large life change, something like taking control back of your life. Now, you also have to have a good support structure in place too. A lot of people go out there and they will start trying to make a life change, and they'll find that all the people in their life will actually, it's almost like the people are trying to hold you back. It's people, they don't believe that you can go out there and do it because they've never known anybody that's gone out and done it, and they've never done it themselves either. So it's almost like they're, even though they love you and they're trying to support you, it's almost like they're holding you back. They become naysayers, and you've got to be very careful when it comes to that kind of stuff, because even though these people love us and they want to help us, they're going to end up killing your dream if you let them. So you got to get around like-minded people that can support you and help push you towards your goals. I'm going to come back and talk a little bit more about this article when I get back off this break. You can give me a call at 214-787-1190. This has been the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show, and I'll be right back after this break.